I want to simplify natural hair care because for a lot of women, it's hard. You know, there are a lot of content creators out there.
I want us to delve a little into like relationships in Germany on Twitter. Is it very occupy Jolobi? You even know more than me. Really not, because I've been in Ghana for almost all my life, and like the roads especially is so terrible, Nelly. Like sometimes you are even afraid to use like motorway because the potholes are so serious, and the prices of goods. I went to Ghana recently, like the transport alone, you're like, hey, like it's almost finished, you know. So honestly, I think I really like the desire that the youth have, like. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a lovely friend here. Her name is Nelly, and I want Nelly to give us a little introduction about herself. So Nelly, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Esther, for inviting me today. I feel honored. So hi, I'm Nelly. I'm 25, was born and raised in Berlin, Germany, but my roots are in Ghana, Yorkrum. And I'm currently working on my master's degree in marketing and management. I also have like a side hustle where I give like natural hair consultations. So I really care about women empowerment. I want to empower women, especially here in Germany right now, because a lot of women don't want to wear their hair. Like some would never wear their hair the way I'm walking around right now, and I want to encourage women to
do that.
Yeah, to like be proud of their hair, to not be ashamed of their hair. Yeah.
So that was where the motivation for the company started.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want us to talk about a company since you brought that in. So what motivated you, even though this motivated you, but what did you see, or who did you see, and what inspired you to start with the company?
Yeah, how did it start? A long story, guys. Before this, I was relaxed. I think majority of the women can relate. I was relaxed. Like I only went natural in 2019. I cut my hair off, completely started afresh, and then people were always so amazed by my hair and were like, "Wow, your hair is so nice! And how did it grow so fast? Nelly, please give me the tips." And I was like, okay. It wasn't just one person, you know, like every time, even if I go to church, at least two people would come to me, "Oh, your hair's so nice." And I was like, okay, interesting.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? During the pandemic, that's when I really started. You know, some were doing the Don't Rush challenge or sit-ups or push-ups, that I decided, let me do content. You know, we were all locked down. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I have time right now. Let me just start creating content. So I was really consistent, was posting like 3 times a week with a strict plan, you know, and people really liked my content. They gave me feedback, and I was like, okay, interesting. And then last year, that's when I started to offer hair consultations. So basically one-on-one sessions with women to like help them with their hair. They will tell me their current issues, their current problems, and I will talk to them about it and how I can help them.
So that was where the idea started. Then I think we have to post some of your content here.
Just blend it in.
Yeah, we have to. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so how did you start then? Like the idea, you have this idea. How did you go about it?
Yeah, so it started with people telling me all the time, yeah, your hair is nice, your hair is this. But usually deep down, I always knew I was meant for the camera. But you have to know I still am a bit shy sometimes. I'm working on it to be more open. Like I'm more the introvert type. And then I started to create content, and people really liked it, as I mentioned. I was consistent. Then also brands contacted me, were reaching out.
Wow.
Yeah, were saying, "Oh, we want to do a collaboration with you."
Genuine brands.
Yeah, like Cantu, even though. Okay, I hope they're not watching, but it's not the best ever. You know, you just have to start somewhere. And I worked with Cantu, then another brand in UK, Root to Tip, like different brands. Like always sent me that stuff, and I was like, yeah, why not?
Wow.
Yeah, so they want me to test their products. And that's what I do: create content, do reviews about the products, and
So they sent you the products for free, and
Yeah.
did they pay you too?
Yeah.
Wow.
But sometimes I don't want to pay. You really have to negotiate with these people because a brand like Council, you have money, but you don't want to like. They will be like, "Oh, so the products are for free," but I don't need the products. We need. How do I pay the bill with products? Like, you always have to tell them, well, what about your compensation? A proper compensation that you discuss with the brand, and yeah.
Oh, then you've really gone far.
Oh,
Honestly,
small,
you've
small.
really for brands to contact you, not you going after them and asking them, "Oh, can I do this?"
Yeah.
That's amazing because some people contact some people. Like for me, but I know most of them are fake. Yeah, like but genuine brands contacting you for this is amazing. You advise them on the brands they should use.
Yeah, so basically I give product recommendations. I give tips, like how to use a product because a lot of people think it matters.
Okay. So the company is about advising women on the brands they should use.
Not only brands, but basically I want to simplify natural hair care because for a lot of women it's hard. You know, there are a lot of content creators out there.
Yeah.
Who, like someone says, don't use oil. Some say don't use butter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey,
yeah.
What should we do? Like every year there's a new trend. Oh, use rice water. Oh, use aloe vera. Use onion. Like the craziest things. I never like did these things before, like onion. But aloe vera, I would say is good. Butter and oils. That discussion, like I'm saying, I don't use butter, and I'm like, you want to tell me I should stop using shea butter? You know how good that thing is. I cannot stop using it. So yeah, it's really about how you use stuff, and I want to teach people how to use the products, like the technique, the routine, you know.
Okay. So do you have a class or like apart from brands kind of like contacting you, how do you also get income? Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the people pay for consultations.
Wow.
Yeah, like if they really want a proper, like the first one I do it like for free to get to know them, and then I will make an offer, and if they like it then we proceed, otherwise we'll part ways. And yeah, that's one way. Also through hair treatments, because a lot of women their hair is damaged, like either heat damage or they lack protein or the hair's just dry. Like there are a lot of issues, and I would analyze the hair for them, check it and see what exactly, like it has to be as individual as possible.
Yeah.
Because a general plan does not work for
everyone.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because you have to know what your personal diagnosis is than to just give a general something and it might not help them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you get clients too?
So recently I'm very active on TikTok, and I figured a lot, like the people on TikTok, they don't really know me, so they are like really jumping on it easily than people who know me, like friends and stuff. You know, friends are always like, oh, can you do it for free? Can you do it cheaper? So usually it's people from TikTok, from Instagram, people that don't know me at all. Like my recent client was in Düsseldorf. Yeah, like whole different city. And yeah, just basically through always being visible, being out there, posting my content. Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, so is it most at times like video call or like they come to you personally for you to touch their hair, or how is the process like?
So like in the beginning it's video because I want them to understand the theory, like to really understand the texture of the hair, the density, porosity, like these key terms really matter to understand your hair, because for you to love your hair you have to understand the hair, you know. And so for me it's important for them to understand the theory first, and then I would apply, you know, like do a hair treatment or help them.
How did you get all this information from?
So the thing is, when I cut my hair completely, that's when I had to study my hair, you know. So I went online, did research, watched a lot of YouTube, because the natural hair movement was going on like already in 2010, and like me, I went natural in 2019, very late actually, because I wasn't really liking what I saw. Like I wasn't like convinced to go natural, because relax just seems so easy, because you know when you're transitioning, like when this part is the new growth is there and the relaxed ends. Like the new growth just seems so difficult. Like you can't even comb through. Like it's just
It's true.
yeah. So I was like, nah, just put the relaxer on there again. Like so that was just easier for me. I always had a lot of hair and thick hair, so yeah, relaxer just seemed easier.
Wow.
But then yeah.
Okay, so where do you see the company maybe in the next 5 years? Where do you see it going?
Wait, it's really by fate. Well, I hope to one day bring out products, of course, like my own hair care line, because I really study products now. I've checked and looked at different product brands. I checked the ingredients. I checked like, is it of quality or not? And I think with that expertise, I should be able to bring out products. But yeah,
that would be exciting.
Yeah, but my dream or goal would be for the products to be in like the drugstores, like the Rossmann, because if I put out products, I want them to be affordable for everyone. Because currently like those big brands, Sheer Moisture, Camel Rose Miel, they are good, but they are pricey.
Yeah.
And also majority of them are from the US.
Yeah.
And so it's either you order them online or you have to go to the Afro shop. And everyone has a DM or Rossmann like drugstore around their corner,
Yeah.
So that would be the end goal, actually, to have them in the drugstore. That's one wish. Then also, of course, to get more clients. Consultations should be really known, that people should think of Nelly and know Aya hair care. Aya can go to her when I need help.
That would be so nice.
And then also maybe like have a place, a studio, to really offer it there. Because right now it's just like either I go to the person or they come to me, and I really want to do that. And the last thing, I think, to also teach the German hairstylists how to deal with Afro hair. Because if you go to the salon right now, a German one, they will be like, sorry, I cannot help you. Your
they
hair's
don't
too
have
much.
the knowledge
Like,
on how to treat
they don't have that knowledge, and they are like lost, basically, because when they were doing their apprenticeship, I think it's called, it usually stops at curls, like the loose, like type 3, and we are type 4, and it usually stops there. And I want them to get that knowledge already when they learn how hair looks like, the types, the patterns. They should also know about type 4 hair. That would really be nice, and I would want to offer it.
And you're also creating employment. Like those who are interested, or even Africans who are interested in venturing into these sectors, you can invite them that, I already have this setup, so come and join me, so that if clients come, you will be treating their hairs and I'll be doing something else too. That's really good. So knowing what you know now, I mean, you started several years ago. What would you have done differently?
Throwback. Okay. What would I have done differently? You know me. I'm really overthinking. I overthink a lot, and instead of just doing, I would just be like, oh, should I really do it? No, because I could have offered consultations way back, like. But I started only recently, like last year, and that I think, like, don't overthink. I would also encourage you to not overthink, just start, because at one point I just started with an iPhone 6s and a ring light, and that was not the best equipment or best setting, but that's all I had, and I just decided to start. So I posted the content, was consistent, and to not think about what others will say or what others will think, because you know the vision, you know where you want to go. So you have to push. You have to be consistent. You have to really strive for it, where you want to be. So don't overthink, I would say. Then also don't depend too much on friends or people around you, because they will fail you. Let me tell you, they will fail you. I experienced it. It's disappointing, but we grow and we learn. You see, God will never fail you. God will never disappoint you. You just stick to Him. Yeah? I know what I'm talking about. It's not nice. Some friends will really disappoint you. You just want them, like, for me, some say, oh, you just expect too much, but I'm like, a
Oh.
common share is not too much.
Yeah.
A common like, a common comment is not too much actually. And but then I realized, like, God really showed me, like, you can't force them. Maybe they also don't understand your vision or your branding, so maybe you have to improve that for it to be really clear. Because some friends came to me back then, were like, yeah, what does work blog, so that's the page, by the way, women of color / Christ blog, and what does it stand for? Like, what do you do? And I was like, yeah, it's hair content, it's women empowerment, but it's not just hair, it's also about empowering, uplifting, inspiring women to love themselves the way they were created by our creator, which is fearfully and wonderfully. Psalm 139 verse 14.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually on your card, right? It's a business card is so nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so you said what you would have told yourself. What about someone who wants to start a business? Maybe not specifically your hair or your sector, but like generally in Germany. What advice would you give to that person?
Very good question. I would say, don't be afraid, because the German bureaucracy can be a lot. Like, they really can expect a lot of forms about taxes, about finance. Like, these things will definitely happen, and sometimes you'll be like, hey, why did I even start this? I should have just gone for the 9 to 5. But honestly, if you burn for something, you will push through. Like, for instance, me, I worked at several jobs, corporate jobs, and I realized it's just not for me. Or let's say my potential is really, it cannot unleash completely. So I was not satisfied working there. And you really have to burn for your vision, and you have to fight for it, because it won't be easy. Like, it won't be a smooth path, but you have to keep on going, keep on envisioning where you want to be in 5 to 10 years, and then you work hard for it. So
that's a nice advice. So you've spoken so much about business, which is actually good and inspiring. But I want us to delve a little into like relationships in Germany. You see, there is this controversy that Africans or African ladies should be careful dating people, especially those who have come from Africa to Germany, dating them. So what is your take on that? What have you heard that either is good or bad concerning that sector?
Let me come closer. Yeah? Where do I even start? Basically, the men out here, okay, I don't want to generalize, because I still have hope that 1% of the men, they have potential. Yeah, but what I've experienced so far, no, you're talking about men in general, or Ghanaian, African men, or in general?
Okay, in general, then African men. They may be German.
Okay. In general, men, what I've seen, what I've heard so far is that majority don't really know what they want. So they like your company, they like talking to you, they like to call you about. They're not serious, unfortunately. And we, the women, we don't have time.
Exactly.
Every day is like, okay. Every year, in fact, is like, time is running very, very fast. And we don't have that time. Either you like me or you don't like me. Just be truthful, And I figured a lot of them don't really know what they want. So that's a bit annoying, and it's just causing unnecessary delay and also unnecessary drama. And well, if I go to Germans, I never really dated Germans, because honestly it's not my type, to be honest. I mean, in high school days I was a lot with white boys.
Okay.
Like in my class, but it was more like bro, sis, like it was just friends. And you can tell there's a difference, like completely different upbringing. Completely, the things they do is like, they have so much freedom. Like, you could never do that in a Ghanaian household, So that's one thing. And then also, well, Ghanaians.
Yeah, because like some people fear that, you see, Germany like is a land of opportunities, as they say. So students who come here or people who come here, there is a way you can prolong your stay here. If you date, if you marry a German, if you give birth to a German in Germany, it can help you with your residence permit and everything. So sometimes some of these young men are perceived that this is what they want. Some is true, that is what they want. So they don't genuinely want to have any relationship or emotions with anyone who will help them stay here in Germany. That's what I've heard. So it's along that line that I want you to maybe, and you can also add any idea that comes up with this topic here.
Okay. What I've experienced so far, sometimes I mean, I get Germany can be really hard. Yeah, I get it. Especially if you were not born here, if you don't speak the language, can be very hard. And I feel like some men will approach you out of desperation and try stuff. Yeah, so as women, we just have to be careful who we give access to, I would say, because some will really play with you or just for the paper, and that is actually very, very bad. Or, I mean, if love is involved, sure, go for it. But if there's no love, you just do it for paper, yeah.
It's a little selfish. Yeah, those who do that.
And majority of them will drop you after the paper. Like they got what they needed. Bye bye.
Exactly. And there is so much stories along this line. So even if you are a genuine person, like you can see that this is what is around. These are the stories that are around. So if you genuinely love a lady, you just have to persevere, because this is what some people are doing, and it leaves these ladies or Germany ladies lack trust. So yeah.
Yeah, I also want to add something concerning the Germans. What I've heard is that Germans, though, they really like different culture that they really want to explore, you know. And for them, if they date a black woman, they really are like, oh wow, your hair. Usually they would say terms like, it's so exotic, the way you look, wow, so different. There's that type of man too.
Yeah.
And some told me it's like they will treat you like a princess, like a queen. So some women tend to go for that type because they want to feel love, like royalty, you know, that feeling. Because life is already hard and stressful. You want to come home and also get some nice treatment. And apparently some white men do that. And then on the other hand, black men, I don't know. What I've also heard is that that they see, like, if they date a black woman, it's like they see him. Sometimes some say they see them like a mother or like an auntie or like so they will not even respect you like that. And I'm like, but you know your mom is black and she gave birth to you. You know that?
Yeah.
And some will. What I don't like is it happened a lot in the German black community, is that they will bash black women. There were several YouTube videos out there, but they were cancelled, thank God. They were bashing black women. You see, you can say, oh, I prefer light skin, I prefer a white woman. That's cool, but don't bash black women because of one woman you met. Like, you cannot generalize for us. That's why I'm saying some men, before you cancel me in the comments, some men are on a different vibe. So you always, I wouldn't say only take care when it comes to black men, but men in general. Women, protect your heart, okay? Because broken hearts is not funny. It's not easy. Like it's not funny. It's not. I don't wish that for anyone, you know. So really take care and don't give everyone easy access. And
Yeah, and I want to also say a funny thing that occurred. You were talking about like Germans, like they like exotic women. Sorry, so like one German man actually approached me. I was going somewhere. He was like, He just approached me. I was like, "Are you dating?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Okay, bye." I was like, like it's good, but to me, and you see, African men will be like, "Oh, if you are dating, I don't care. Like I want to be friends with you." I was like, straightforward. Like he knows what he wants. If you are dating or if you're in a relationship, he doesn't want to even disturb or waste his time. You know. So that was one funny thing that. Okay,
you see, there was respect there. He respected it, and some will not respect it, even if he say, because sometimes when uncles even approach me, I'm like, well, sometimes you're out of, to
respect.
run away.
Yeah.
You will say, oh, I have a boyfriend, and they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, come, you could be my uncle. My father even like, if you don't come out, like,
yeah, it's really weird. Okay, so that's a funny aspect, and we all know about this hashtag that's going on Twitter. That's the Occupy Jolobi. You even know more than me. Yeah, so it's very interesting because we have African people. I was born in Ghana. You were born in Germany, but you have Ghanaian parents, and that's good. So like Ghanaians are like, I like the idea that you brought this topic for us to discuss. I'm confessing. She said that we should talk about it, and I really like that. So what do you want to say about it?
So basically, I'm just speaking for, let's say, the diaspora people. And honestly, it's really hard to see what's going on in Ghana right now. Like the money, like that, people cannot survive with what they earn anymore. That everything is too expensive. And I've seen the protests, online. Thank God for digital stuff. Others we wouldn't even know what's going on over there. And it's still home. Like even though I live here, Ghana will always be home to me. And so to see that is really, really painful, actually.
It is, yeah.
And I'm very active on Twitter, by the way. So I see a lot of discussions. And then there were people saying, the diaspora people, you always come in Ghana to December or on 6th March, that's when you will claim Ghana. But on other days, you will not even post, you will not share, no. And I feel like, I get where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, I don't think posting will change stuff.
Okay.
Like in the government, like the corruption and everything that's going on, I don't think posting or sharing will change something, or that the president will be like, okay, now because Nelly shared it, or since I even saw people saying, oh, Sarkodie, why are you not posting? And I'm like, what? Like,
what should he do?
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. It will just spread awareness. More people will get to know about it. Will hear and see the hashtag. But it doesn't really. It cannot change stuff, And even that hashtag is I like it. It's very it's a word play, I think, like with Jubilee.
Jubalo. That's what I was it's like Jubalo.
So it's basically a word play. So I really think that's very cool hashtag that you can always remember. So what I did was, share it on my socials, on my various platforms for people to be aware of it, because I know some diaspora people are not really connected to Ghana like that. Especially some of us haven't even been there in ages, we don't really have that connection anymore. And so if you spread awareness, that's when people will click on the post, read about it, and be like, okay, that's what's going on. And then you would also maybe contact your family and talk to them about it, to hear like real life experience, because Instagram is one thing, but to really hear from your people how it's really going is also another perspective. So I think what I'm always asking myself is, what do they, like Ghanaians, expect from us to do? What can we do, like apart from sharing it online and maybe send Momo, like what can we do? Honestly, I'm not in the government, I'm over here, but I'm feeling with you and I'm praying for you guys, because it's not fair, corruption and those things.
It's really not, because I've been in Ghana for almost all my life, and like the roads especially is so terrible, Nelly. Like sometimes you are even afraid to use like motorway because the potholes are so serious, and the prices of goods. I went to Ghana recently, like the transport alone, you're like, hey, like it's almost finished, So honestly, I think I really like the desire that the youth have like the hunger, because some people think Ghanaians are like, oh, calm, oh, like me paucho and thank you and that is it. But you can see like on Twitter the way people are hungry, like this is our feeling, like we are angry that you guys are not doing what you promised. And I really like that passion that the youth have fueled in themselves. And I really also follow Twitter, like I see it and I also like and I repost on it, because we have to stand up, like this is our country, you know, and the governments are not doing what they have promised us. So we have to also tell them that we are angry that you guys are not doing it, so stand up. Or else, we are not happy with it. And I'm really happy that so many social media celebrities are really standing up. Like Kweku Sheldon, I saw him like protesting and everything. I really, it was a beautiful scene, because some people would be like, oh, if I do it maybe I'll lose subscribers, but you have to stand for the truth. The fact is that they are not doing what they are supposed to do. You know, the governments are disappointing us, honestly, and it is the truth, you know. So you just have to come out and say that, help us, because we are hungry, we are angry, you know. And I really like that job. As you just said, I hope it will make a difference, because all we can do is like share posts telling people, but it's up to the government to say that, okay, maybe I'll do it or not. And that is a little sad, you know. You might think, oh, your efforts will be in vain, but you have to stand up for, or else you will say that if I hadn't done it, what would have happened? But if you had done it and see that this didn't happen, then you think of other ways and means of trying to solve your problems, you know, and trying to solve the problems in Ghana.
You can feel the pressure, you know, it's coming from deep within. It's really sad what's going on, honestly.
It is. So on a lighter note,
please change the mood for us.
On a lighter note, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies, well, as I said, I'm more of an introvert, so usually the thing also with being a business owner, you're like, you can't really switch off. So me, like at night, that's when I have a lot of ideas. Like, oh, I can do this, I can do this video, I can do this reel, or this TikTok. So usually that's when I will write down a lot of stuff. I don't know if that's a hobby, but basically content creation is something I really enjoy to do, like to post, to plan that, really structure how I want to proceed for the next month. That's like, I'm really an organized person when it comes to such things.
That's nice.
And also I like to read a lot, you know, apart from the word of God, like also especially from Black women. Like I read, what's Jesse's book called again? Homecoming or Going?
Homecoming.
The
book is really packed.
I know.
But it's interesting.
It's really nice. I can recommend it. It's such a nice book. Like it will take you through the history, like from slavery days to now, how it affected us actually. And I'm almost at the end, but I really enjoyed reading it, so I really recommend it.
That's nice.
And also, if we're here now talking about books, another book I really like is What on Earth Am I Here For? I forgot who wrote it, but it's like meant for you to find your purpose, basically. And it's a book I really enjoy reading, like every day a new chapter. And because there was a time I really felt lost, you know, like, God, what's the point of all this? Like, life at one point didn't really make sense for me, and I just felt so lost. And I ordered that book one day and was like, okay, let me read it, because that's like, I can really resonate with the title of What on Earth Am I Here For? Like, what's the point of me being here? Like, I don't get it. Nothing is working. Like, what's the point, God? And where are you, God? You know, sometimes God can be very silent, like and then I read that book and it just opened my eyes to, and also God really showed me, for instance, beginning of the year I was not in my best mode, like mentally. And then when it was my birthday, like around June, then God was like, you know, why a birthday is not just a birthday, it's also like a day on which we celebrate a purpose, because the whole purpose was born. You're not here, you know, by accident. Everything you've been through is not by accident, you know, like our pain actually births purpose. And back in the days I was very like insecure, didn't really love myself, and doubting all the time, like. And now I want to empower women to love themselves because it starts with self-love. Even for you to find a husband,
Exactly.
it starts with self-love.
Exactly.
Like you have to love yourself, embrace your flaws, and shine your light. Arise and shine, and then definitely someone will find you. The word says, "He will find a wife, finds a good thing." So yeah.
That's amazing. So, what are your final words?
My final words are just keep going. And if you haven't started, just start with what you have. And this it's not just concerning business, it can be about uni. If you're in uni and you're feeling discouraged, because I know that feeling. For instance, if the exam you failed it, or you couldn't write the paper on time, and all these things, just continue, keep on moving, because at one point I was very, very stagnant. I didn't feel like doing anything anymore, and being stagnant it doesn't lead to anything. So I would say keep going, small steps every day. It's better to do one small step on that day than doing nothing. Just some small progress, because every step counts for you to get to that goal. I would say. I would also say seek God. Honestly, seek God. He's real. He's out there. Really seek Him, because seek and you shall find. Matthew 7:7. So yeah, don't give up. It doesn't matter what happened. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to take your time and all of that, but don't give up. Otherwise, the devil has won. We don't want the devil to win ever. Like, we are conquerors in Christ. Christ didn't die on the cross for nothing. He didn't take all these stripes in vain. Like, so that's what really pushes me to never give up, to keep moving, keep going, and always speak life. And of course, prayer is key. So as we speak, we believe, and walk by faith and not by sight. That's it basically.
Thank you so much, Nelly, for this meeting and for this insightful conversations that we've had. And I pray that 5-year idea that you said, it looked like it was just flowing. Like, that is a normal thing that should occur, and I really pray it does occur.
Amen.
And I can't wait to see like Nelly hair products in Rosamond or DM.
Amen.
So I really appreciate this meeting.
Me too. It was really nice. Thanks for having me. Please subscribe to Esther's channel. And if you want to see me again, I think they should comment down below.
And I'll definitely link your Instagram. Anyone who is definitely interested should contact her.
I'm always open. As I always say, like, I'm always one call away. So feel free.
Thank you so much, guys. And don't forget, people who are amazing help others to be amazing. Thank you.
Bye.